Hello and welcome. I'm Exelite, and this is my podcast. With me today is my partner in crime, Rob. Hello, Rob.
Hello.
That was good. That was a good deep voice. Today, Rob and I are going to do something a little lighter hearted than normal because I think we all need a little something a little less frightening than real life.
Yep, I agree.
And so we're going to do that today. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about old-timey monsters from the old B movies, which my mother would watch. And they used to have this thing called Creature Feature every Saturday. And I would watch these also as a young child. The local high school would play these movies every Saturday. They'd play two or three. And my parents would drop me off at the high school for, you know, 6 hours when I was like 9 and have me watch these movies all day. So, although, I was more interested in the fact that they gave me money and I could buy snacks. So, I spent a lot of time with a lot of these movies, and so I enjoy this. I want to enjoy this topic. Rob,
Yes, Tracy.
before we get started, is there anything you would like to say to the people?
Yes, people. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, can you please smash that like button, please? And if you're not subscribed, why?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you not subscribed? Because you're missing out on wonderful, wonderful content like what we're doing today.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go, especially this when we're all in lockdown. You can't afford to miss stuff like this because it probably keep you sane or make you crazy, one of the two. So
Mm-hmm.
click that bell, subscribe, share our videos, with your friends, with your family, um, even people you don't like. Maybe you could send them, share it with them.
Especially, I think especially maybe sometimes we have some podcasts that I think should be probably sent to people you don't like, and because they deserve it. Something I've noticed on my analytics is that
Ooh,
a lot more people that are watching now are subscribed. I don't know if anybody remembers, but several months ago I said that the majority of people who watched are not subscribed. Well, that number is going down, 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 down. And so I appreciate that, you guys. Thank you for clicking that subscribe button. I appreciate it. It helps my channel. All right, Rob. Let's get started, shall we?
let's get started.
Okay. I'm gonna start today, Rob. Is that
Okay,
okay with you?
yeah.
Okay. I would like to talk about Godzilla.
Ooh,
Godzilla, Godzilla. Do you know the song Godzilla?
no, I don't know a song.
You
I'm gonna
don't know
know
that
it.
you don't know Godzilla? I I might be. Hold on, let me see who sings Godzilla. I think I know, but I don't want to sound like an idiot. Um, let's see. I do. I was right. Blue Oyster Cult. Blue Oyster Cult sang Godzilla, and you should you should listen to it, Rob. It's a good song.
Okay.
Now, a couple of things about Godzilla. It was originally not called Godzilla. It was originally not called Godzilla. It was called um, Gojira.
Godzilla.
Gojira. Gojira. And if you've watched the new Godzilla movies, they do refer to it as Gojira. Gojira, which I don't know, for some reason sounds scarier to me. Okay. It's also referred to as Kaiju, which means strange beast. Godzilla came out in 1954, and Godzilla was made from some like nuclear accident or something. And yes, nuclear testing. And he, is actually a soft-hearted, ginormous lizard. He's soft-hearted, but he makes this screaming noise. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? That roar of his?
Yeah.
That to this day scares the shite out of me. A lot of movies use something similar to that noise when they're doing like metallic monsters or a ship is being torn apart. When the cars turn into the space people. What's that called? Come on, Transformers.
Transformers.
Transformers make a very similar Godzilla noise when they're doing their thing. And I don't know how to explain it to you. It literally causes me to have pain in my body. It scares me that bad. And I don't know why. I was not afraid of Godzilla movies growing up because, it was clear that this was not real. Although even back when it was in 54, they did a good job. But that noise to this day, and all my kids, my whole family knows, and they'll be like, "Oh, uh-oh, that just scared the crap out of Mom." It just makes me jerk. I don't know how to explain it. They did a good job. But that is like one of the classic old-timey movies because they made 2000 Godzilla versus Mothra, Godzilla versus another character coming up pretty soon, Godzilla versus himself. Godzilla sees himself in the mirror. But Godzilla was actually a good guy who saved.
Yeah.
Was it supposed to be set in Japan?
Yeah.
He was actually kind-hearted. But yeah, that noise though. No. Don't do it. Okay, that's all I want to say about Gojira. Gojira. Yeah, did you watch Godzilla movies?
I like the ones we're talking about here today. I think when you remake and remake and remake and remake something, I think you end up losing the actual plot of the film.
Yeah.
And it became ridiculous. I as we do this podcast today, you're going to see I'm a really, really big geek when it comes to these old films. I think sometimes you need to just let things be. Because I think a lot of these films, even though, you said that Godzilla was filmed in the 50s. I mean, some of mine are filmed in the 20s. I think they would stand up today. But maybe that's just me. But
well, what I love about those original films, several of them that we're going to talk about today, have an effect on me to this day. Because I was so immersed in them growing up. And I really love that, where there's not a whole lot of movies made now that probably are going to have that effect on, a grown adult, 20, 30 years from now. So maybe people are still going to be scared to get in the shower.
It's a cycle.
Yeah, maybe they are, Maybe there's a few things that will stand out, but these were the first, I really love that these were the original out of the box thinking kind of movies. They weren't love stories. They weren't war stories. They weren't literature book, movies about, books, literature. They were, I don't know. I loved it. I love it. But I have to say, the second Godzilla that came out not too long ago, that one was the best one of the remakes, in my
it was
personal
quite good.
opinion.
Yeah,
I did like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Rob. What are you gonna do?
Okay, going back to 1922.
That was a good year.
Nosferatu. It was a very good year. This is an adaptation of a novel by the Irishman Bram Stoker when he wrote Dracula.
I tried to get Madison to name her son Bram because I wish I had done that. I screwed up. Bram.
Yeah, Bram Stoker.
Oh yeah, that's good.
This film, I think this film is really scary for its time.
Mm-hmm.
I think it even stands up today. And what I like about these old black and white films is the way they use shadow to make it more, it's like innuendo, the shadow. You don't know what's coming. You know that there's, horror films tend to take they're all pretty much the same. Some of the modern horror films, you know that they're gonna. There's a group of people. After they're going to be young teenagers, the blonde girl's going to lose her clothes. Probably the black guy's going to die first, and
somebody's going to hear the noise and say, "I should go out and check on that."
Yeah, but these films, or this film, I think was absolutely, for its time, was amazing. And I don't know if you realise, Tracy, they actually made a remake of this film in black, and it was filmed in black and white, and it had William Dafoe playing Dracula or Nosferatu. Yeah,
really? I like William Dafoe.
It's a modern film. Well, it's a few years old now, but it's a modern film in relation to 1922.
Yeah.
And they filmed it the same way, and they used old cameras and everything. And they filmed it the same way, and it's really, really good. I'm a big fan of William Dafoe as well. Really, really.
You know how you know that it was a good film is that I think there are very few people alive today. I mean, maybe kids, but I don't even know about that. Who don't know who Nosferatu is.
Yeah.
It's a very, all these years later, 100 years later, and we still know who Nosferatu is. Which, is that's pretty good.
I love the bit where he's creeping up on the girl, and you can't see him. All you can see is his shadow, and he's got them long fingers with the nails, really sharp nails, and it's just a shadow on a wall, really. At the end of the day, but it's unbelievable.
It's brilliant.
Really,
that's true art. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
And that's something as we talked about, I don't like, gory blood guts movies. Slasher films, they're not my deal. I like suspense and the thing you can't see. Is there, or you can feel is there. The thing around the corner. That's a perfect example of that.
And something else that I remembered, which I'd read. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago we did a podcast about weird stuff that happened on film sets? There was a lot of weird stuff that happened on this film set as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And film with Willem Dafoe,
Mhm.
they filmed it as though it was almost like a documentary, which included the film, and it had all the what happened behind the scenes, as though it was 1922. And that, well, you need to get hold of that film and watch it, and you'll see yourself
Is it called Nosferatu?
it's called Nosferatu, yeah, and it's got William Defoe in it.
Huh. We used to call my 4-pound Chihuahua Nosferatu. she thought she was scary. She was. Okay. Frankenstein. I mean, you can't do this list without Frankenstein, right?
Right.
So, let's see.
Excuse me.
When did Frankenstein?
1931.
1931. See, also classic. It, there's nobody alive. I don't care how old you are. Well, maybe if you're a newborn. You know who Frankenstein is. Well, actually, Frankenstein is the doctor,
Yeah.
not the monster. So they do kind of have that confused. It's Dr. Frankenstein and his monster. As last Halloween or maybe the year before, I read part of Frankenstein for the 30 Days of Halloween. Oh my God, Rob, I have to start getting ready for that.
Yeah.
Holy cow. If we don't have Halloween canceled. Well, we can still do 30 Days of Halloween. And it was very interesting. But people do think that Frankenstein is the monster, but he's not.
Mm.
Do you like Frankenstein?
Well, I was going to do Frankenstein as well, and I've got a whole.
Oh, sorry. Go do your whole thing.
No,
do your spiel.
Well, are you sure?
Of course, I'm sure.
Because I've gone a bit down the psychology route of this.
Oh, you have?
Because I'm a massive, massive Mary Shelley fan.
I was going to say, so tell us who wrote it. Yes, Mary Shelley.
Well, it was directed, obviously 1931, it was directed by a man called James Whale. He pushed the boundaries of horror cinema with this adaptation of Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein. And I've also wrote down in my little bit that I could do a podcast on Mary Shelley.
You could do.
I love Mary Shelley. Some people believe that the monster was based on the personality of her husband, the poet Shelley. And the taking the different parts of the dead bodies was used as a metaphor of different aspects of his behaviour. Because he was supposedly homosexual. He was having an affair with one of their friends, one of their male friends, when they were basically stuck in a cabin in the middle of nowhere, and it was really, really bad. Well, when I say cabin, it wasn't like it was like a manor house.
Mm-hmm.
And they were stuck there, and she wrote, out of her despair, she wrote Frankenstein. And there's been lots of programs that have tried to analyze what actually the monster, what the monster represents, and what the way she took, like I just said, parts of different bodies, of dead bodies, were used to make the monster. And yeah, it's crazy. But it's taking that away. Forget that for a minute. I think we've got to mention Boris Karloff, who played the monster.
Yes, absolutely.
Unbelievable film. Absolutely. Sorry to go on. You know what I'm like, Chase.
I'm glad you're going on.
Absolutely love this film. I love this film.
Do you know what year? This is shocking to me. Do you know what year this was published?
31.
No, the book.
The book.
Actually, it's a play. It was a playwright, so I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Do you know what year it was published?
No.
1818.
Mm.
That is unbelievable. 200 years ago,
Yeah.
and we still know Frankenstein.
Mm.
That is impressive.
There've been some bad remakes of this film.
Oh, good Lord, yes.
The one with Robert De Niro is tripe. It's rubbish.
Robert De Niro is in a remake of Frankenstein?
Yeah. It's called Frankenstein. He plays the monster.
He plays the monster?
Yeah. Have a look
Oh.
at it's not a good film. It's not a good film at
Hmm.
all. Yeah, there's been some bad remakes of it. Bad remakes.
Interesting.
It'd be interesting to see when people listen to the podcast, what they think. I mean, you have to be of a certain age, I think. I mean, if we had a bunch of teenagers listening to this podcast, they probably wonder what the bloody hell we're talking about. But I think when you get, like you were saying earlier, or what you surmised on earlier, was that if you're of a certain age, you're going to know who Nosferatu was. Frankenstein, the original Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said about you used to have a creature feature at school. And they used to take you to school. We used to have when we just used to have the free channels. On a Saturday night, they'd always show a horror film, and my mum and dad always used to go out to the pub, and they'd always bring back some chips. They'd bring me back some chips, and I used to sit and watch with my sister. We'd sit and watch. I'd go and wake her up to come and watch this film. She was only young as well. What a very good brother I was. But we used to love these films. Absolutely love these films.
Well, I have something about Mary Shelley to add to this. Mary Wollstonecraft Godwin Shelley.
Yeah.
I don't think she had enough names. Began writing Frankenstein, or the modern Prometheus, when she was 18 years old. 2 years after she became pregnant with her first child, a baby she did not name. Nurse the baby read. She had written in her diary day after day, until the 11th day. I woke in the night to give it suck. It appeared to be sleeping so quietly that I would not wake it, and then in the morning, find my baby dead.
Oh.
With grief at the loss came a fear of fever from the milk. Meaning she had she started to have mastitis. So she would dream that my little baby came to life again, that it had only been cold, and that we rubbed it before the fire and it lived. She wrote in her diary, awake and find no baby. Oh. Interesting.
That whole excuse me, that whole relationship she had with Shelley, with Shelley's friend and her, this little vicious circle which she was in, was just bad. He was horrible, Shelley. He was just a horrible piece of work.
Yeah.
And she was so young. She was so young as well.
16 when she had her first child.
Yeah.
So younger than that, or the very beginning of that when she was married.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
You can let me go, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you mind me going again? Because I hijacked your Frankenstein.
No, that's fine.
Okay, well, I'm going to go to 1931 again. Oh, no, it's first time 1931. Dracula, the actual film called Dracula.
Yes.
What an amazing movie this was. Bela Lugosi
Mm-hmm.
is brilliant as the infamous Count Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, one of the most iconic horror movies of all time.
It was actually the movie that made Dracula kind of, sensual. He wasn't just a
Yeah,
monster. He had
yeah.
that ability to lure you in, kind of thing.
Mm. Yeah, and I'll go back to I think there's something about black and white movies that you lose when you go to HD color and all these. Basically, what I'm trying to say is these certain types of films have to be in black and white. I don't think if in 1931 they'd have had color, they could film and make color TV programs and color films, I don't think it would have been the same.
Mm-hmm.
This Dracula would not have been the same. I mean, don't get me wrong, Chase. You bang HD color TV on the football, and yeah, I'm happy as Larry. Don't know who Larry is, but I'm happy as Larry. But you know what I mean? It's absolutely unbelievable how scary this film is.
I think that when it's filmed in black and white, it kind of helps you also add your imagination. We can't see the color of blood. We can imagine what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's just one step beyond reading a book almost. You do get to add your own little something to a black and white movie. Because I've seen black and white movies, and then I've seen them colorized, and I'm like, that's not really what I pictured at all.
Yeah, it's never right though when they do that. It's never right.
I love Dracula. I just watched. Help me, Rob. What is the name of the guy who goes to Dracula's?
Van Helsing.
Yeah, Van Helsing. I just watched the weirdest Dracula Van Helsing.
Is it called Van Helsing?
I don't know. It's new. It's new, like newly released.
Yeah, it's got Thingy plays Van Helsing, the guy that plays Wolverine, Hugh Jackman.
Oh no, this one is like a woman. She was the Van Helsing start of it.
Yeah, it's got it's a series, isn't it?
It's a series, yeah. She was a nun, and it's like her. Yes, we watched it.
Yeah,
we both watched it.
Yeah, it's not very good, is it?
No, I did not like it. Yes, we both watched it, except for in America, it went longer, like an extra 15 minutes to cut off. You cut the end off at a different place for you. It was strange. I was not a big fan, but I love vampire movies. There's an old vampire movie called Love at First Bite, and it's
Leslie Nielsen.
It's got the guy who's always tan.
Oh, George Hamilton.
I don't know what I would do without you. Yes, George Hamilton, and Ren. What's his? He's got somebody who does stuff for him. It's like Renfro.
Renfield.
Yeah, he's got Renfield who eats bugs and stuff. Anyway, it came out 100 years ago, and I don't know. I watched at some point, and I love that one. It's so cheeseball. I actually watched it on YouTube the other day.
It's very funny. I like George Hamilton. He never took
I did
himself too
too.
serious.
No, and he was great as Dracula. It was really good. Yeah, I'm well, I my favorite vampires are the Lost Boys. Well,
I
so there
want, was it, I want to suck your blood.
were Kiefer Sutherland is my in the 80s was my ideal vampire. We're wearing a long black duster. It did not get any better than that. That's
Well,
all I'm gonna
no.
say about that. All right, so I'm gonna do one. If that's okay.
Yep.
Um, I'm going to do The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Okay.
Now, for some reason, this one was showed extra during Creature Features, and I don't know if you've gotten this from the title or not, but this creature lives in the Black Lagoon.
He doesn't, does he?
He does. It's the weirdest thing. And like he's like a fish. Do you know what he looks like?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's
The
like
mate,
a fish man kind of
yeah, like a lizardy
somebody's
fish man.
lizardy fish man, yeah. Somebody's got like a diving suit on with some flippers and then this really tight mask. And that movie scared the shit out of me because I'm not a big fan of water, let alone Black Lagoon water. But anybody who's ever been to Universal Studios has seen where the the creature from the Black Lagoon was made because it was made at Universal Studios, and I don't know if they still have it or not. They might have changed it because probably nobody even knows what that is anymore. But I got to see it, and that was really cool to me because that was one of my favorite creature feature movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Did not. What are you unzipping?
You got ears like a bat. I'm checking my blood sugars, everybody. Thanks for letting everybody know that.
Sorry. Anyway, that lent itself to me being afraid of what is underneath the water. They go swimming in there, and he's down there on the bottom of the lagoon looking up, and that's it for me. F swimming. So that is definitely an old timey. Wonder when he first came out. Let's see if I can figure out when the creature from the Black Lagoon first came out. Blah, 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 blah. Let's keep talking. Keep talking. Yes, keep moving along. Keep moving along.
They didn't break the bank, did they, with the
1954.
suit?
Huh?
They didn't break the bank with the suit, did they? Let's be honest.
No, they didn't. 1954. And then they did The Revenge of the Creature in 1955, and then The Creature Walks Among Us, 1956. They were just banging those out every year.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
You make a couple bucks, and there you go. So there's one of my favorite old timey ones. All right, next.
Right.
By the way, I think that was in black and white, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or was it not? Was it?
Yeah.
Seems like it was.
Okay, well, I'll see your creature from the Black Lagoon.
Okay.
And I'll raise you.
Raise me. Your zipper.
I'm just putting my insulin away. I'm not zipping my pecs or anything like that.
Okay.
I'll raise you, King Kong.
Oh God, King Kong changed my life forever.
I don't even want to know.
Go ahead. Tell me about King Kong.
Right, 1933. Just a sec,
Wow.
Trace. Oh, wow. Right. The original King Kong is one of those films that divide opinion. Basically, some people think it was rubbish, while other people believe it was a masterpiece of special effects. Remember, and I put that in capitals, remember, guys, this was 1933.
Yeah, what kind of special effects were they expecting?
You know, I thought it was brilliant. And who can forget Fay Wray?
Fay Wray. My mother was named after Fay Wray.
Well, credit where credit's due. Fay Wray.
My daughter's middle name is Fay. There you go. She was named after her. So, and then my was named after my mom. So there you go. Ta-da!
When you said my daughter's named after, I went, that wasn't for your daughter. That was for Fay Wray, by the way, just so everybody knows that. Sorry, Maya. I didn't mean to do that. It's just your mum. Oh God.
Oh God.
I'll just keep digging.
Keep digging. Anyway, anything you want to tell us about? You want to tell us about King Kong?
I think it was really like Frankenstein. They have made lots and lots of remakes, whether it's called Kong or
Kong Skull Island, which I thought actually was a good movie.
Yeah, it was okay. It's got that guy that I can't stand.
What guy is that?
He did that School of Rock.
Jack Black.
Jack Black. I'm not a big fan.
Oh, that's so funny you should say that. I was just talking to my husband today about how every movie Jack Black is in, he's always Jack Black. He can't. He's not one of those actors. Yeah, he's not one of those actors he's not one of those actors that you could get lost in the character and not see him. You know, that you can't watch him in a part and not see Jack Black.
Yeah.
He's just always Jack Black. So what did you think of those movies?
Well, the remakes, no, rubbish.
Mm-hmm.
Rubbish. I mean, like you just said, the Skull Island one was acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they should have just left it alone.
Yeah, I do too. First off, the reason I like Skull Island as compared to any other one that's a remake is I can't watch that movie. This is gonna make me sound like a crazy person. It is incredibly heartbreaking. I don't like it. It's so sad. It shows humanity at its worst. Yeah, and it just makes me so sad that once is enough kind of thing for me. But that movie gave me two things. That movie gave me a childhood full of night terrors. I would have really bad night terrors about King Kong, and it taught me how to lucid dream. That was the movie that taught me how to lucid dream. So at 5 years old, 6 years old, because I had seen the movie very little. Like somehow, I don't even know how I would have seen that movie that little, but I did. And I went to my mom and I said, my mother must have been able to lucid dream, because I said to her, I'm having, I would go all the time, like almost every night, having this bad dream about King Kong. I'm having a bad dream about King Kong. And she said, stop your dream and tell King Kong to go away. And the next time I had a dream about King Kong, I told King Kong to go away, and I never had a dream about him again. And it was how I knew that I could get into a dream and lucid dream.
Whoa.
So there you go. Thanks to King Kong.
Well, what was King Kong doing in your dream that was scaring you?
Existing.
Okay.
Yeah, just existing. I didn't understand at a young age that he was actually a very sympathetic character. It was just I don't like Planet of the Apes. I don't know. It's those. I don't know. Those kind of movies scare me. It probably goes back to a mask thing, perhaps. That I'm afraid of masks.
Yeah.
And maybe it's connected to that somehow. I don't know. My psychiatrist, I just play one on YouTube. Okay. Wolfman. This is so funny. Every one of these, I'm going to be like, this movie had an effect on my life. Okay, so the Wolfman was played by Lon Chaney. And let's see, it came out. Let me see when he came out. I'm looking for the Wolfman. I got my notes here. The Wolfman. Which here's what I like. It's okay. It says poor Larry Talbot, who was played by Lon Chaney Jr. All he wants to do is die, and end the curse that forces him to become a wolf when the wolfbane blooms and the autumn moon is bright. Victims of the werewolf's bite manifest the sign of the pentagon on their palms, visible to little old gypsy ladies only. Keep that in mind.
Gypsy Rosary.
Grow Farrell through stop motion photography made it so that Lon Chaney had to stay in the same position for hours while they would like just move a little bit of fur on him, add a little bit of fur, add a little bit of a lump here and there, because it had to be stop motion. Which like
Yeah.
if you for those that like claymation, you have to move it a teeny tiny piece at a time, and that's what they had to do to Lon Chaney for him to be able to change into the Wolfman. With that, I hope they paid him what was equal to a shite ton of money. But do you have anything to say about the Wolfman before I go on and chatter on about this?
I've never been able to get my head around the Wolfman.
Oh, really?
It's not. I think it's because I've never found him. Did you ever see the film Wolf with Jack Nicholson?
I was just going to ask you. I love that movie. First off, I have a crush on. Why do I bother doing this? Who's in the movie with Jack Nicholson? Not Michelle Pfeiffer.
It's the other one in it. Is it Kim Basinger?
No, the guy.
Oh,
he's sleeping with Jack Nicholson's wife. He's in Less Than Zero.
Not the guy that was in that film with the guy that was in the film with Lady Gaga.
No. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me go find the cast of Less Than Zero. Cast. James Spader. James Spader's in that movie, and James Spader is one of my cheat meals.
No one knows what you're talking about. So.
He's one of my cheat meals. He's one of my free passes.
All right, okay.
I love me a good James Spader. Anyway, did you like Wolf?
No, I'm not. I'm not a fan of Jack Nicholson.
Oh, sorry. I have lost our connection. Hello, are you there?
Ground control to Major Tom.
Oh,
Sorry.
I hate that song. You don't like Jack Nicholson?
No, I'm not a big fan. No,
Oh, why?
he's a bit of an arse, to be honest.
You think so?
Yeah, he's a bit full of himself.
Hmm.
He's a good actor,
Yeah.
but no. And I think the best transformation I've ever seen of a werewolf has got to be the Michael Jackson Thriller video.
Oh my God.
That was
Yeah.
good. And one of my favourite films also is American Werewolf in London.
I've never seen that. I know the song though. Werewolf in London. I bet you don't know the song.
No.
And he runs his hands. He puts his hands through his hair, and his hair was perfect. I don't know. You don't know any songs.
No.
I give up on you. Um.
Ground control.
Well, here's how the wolf. No. I went on. It's funny. I went on a cruise once. Well, I went on a cruise. And this particular cruise had a 70s, 60 music. It was Music Evolution, and one of the songs was Major Tom. And oh God, I just don't like it. Okay, so here's how the Wolfman changed my life forever, and we've talked about this before, Rob. So I can't believe you don't see this coming.
Okay.
It made me want to be a gypsy.
Right, yeah, because it's a gypsy curse, isn't it?
It's the gypsy curse. And, the gypsies always get killed first. But I saw their bracelets with the little coins hanging down. And I, to this day, wear anklets. The more jingly, the more better. As Rob knows, because we talk about everything. I just bought a gypsy looking skirt 2 days ago. I like to wear bracelets and I wear rings on my fingers because I want to be a gypsy when I grow up. Please let me be a gypsy. That was it was the Wolfman movie that made me want to be a gypsy. I didn't care about the Wolfman. I don't care. I just thought, oh my God, that gypsy woman is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. So I wrote it down next to I want to be a nun when I grow up / gypsy.
That would have been interesting to see.
And a good combination. Yeah. Interesting combination right there. But yeah, to this day, I still want to be gypsy. So there you go. Thanks to the Wolfman. I don't want to be a nun anymore, though.
Okay. Have you seen the film? The Nun.
No, I haven't. It's a scary movie.
It is very scary. It will.
Yeah.
You scare the shade out of you, Floyd Will.
I love that. That was very good. I can't, obviously, as you know, I can't do accents. Are you ready for this? Somebody left me a comment the other day and asked me what country my accent is from. I give up. What country is your accent from? Really? I mean, I've had people tell me I have a strange accent, but never not been able to pinpoint where I come from. That was different. I didn't tell them because I'm mysterious.
Actress.
I'm an actress. All right, Rob. What's the next one?
Right.
Did I do that? Did I do the Wolfman?
You certainly did.
Okay. Thank you.
Right, guys. The Thing from Another World, 1951.
Never seen it.
You have?
No.
You have?
I have. Oh, I have. I don't know what I was thinking.
Right, well, you have, but you haven't. Let me just get a little drink, a little wee drink.
A wee drink. Oh, that was good.
Okay.
Whenever you drink something, when we're talking on the phone, you always say, "Oh, that was nice."
Well, I made it, so I'm not going to make myself something and have a drink and go, God, that was shit. I'll have to have that again. That was fucking horrible. Sorry for showing, guys.
Yeah, see, this is going so smoothly. I stopped myself several times from saying cuss words. You just did it like twice in the course of 3 seconds. Okay.
Right. The Thing from Another World, 1951. I have not seen this film
Yes, you have.
myself, but
Yes, you have.
it sounds amazing. And if you're like me and love everything by John Carpenter, his books and his films, you remember the film The Thing, starring Kurt Russell
Yes.
in the late 80s. Now, The Thing from Another World, The Thing with Kurt Russell, was a remake of this film.
Oh, then I have seen it.
Yeah.
Sort of.
And I believe it is very good. I haven't seen it, but that is my I really like that, the premise of that idea that there's something buried in the ice from another planet and it's, just waiting to be discovered and be thawed out, and you've got to bear in mind, I can't remember, I think it was the 80s that the Kurt Russell one was in. It might have been even in the late 70s. The special effects were unbelievable. If you remember the actual one, The Thing, were absolutely brilliant. But and then they made a remake, didn't they? They did a up-to-date modern one, which was okay. Which was they slightly changed the actual film. It wasn't a true remake of The Thing. It was sort of a kind of follow-on. I think it was kind of a follow-on film, like a prequel or whatever. Not a prequel. Prequel's before, isn't it? But sequel, yeah. Which is which I think was really, really good. Yeah, that was another one that I really enjoyed. Well, The Thing, I haven't seen the original, obviously, but yeah, I haven't seen the original. The original one I have not seen.
Okay, The Invisible Man by H.G. Wells. The Invisible Man, which, by the way, they have a new Invisible Man. It's coming out. I think they pushed it back. It was supposed to come out like in May, but I think they pushed it back till like November or something because, nobody can go out of their houses. Which I hear should be very, very good.
It's supposed to be.
I liked The Invisible Man very much. And of course, because of they didn't have special effects like we do now, back then they had the only way they could show that there was an invisible man there was to wrap him up with like, ace bandages.
I tried to watch that so many times,
Yeah.
that film. I just can't see anything.
That's how I feel about when I see people, because I live in Texas. There's people like walking down the street head to toe camouflage, and I'm always like, what? Look at that bouncing head. What a strange thing to see on a sidewalk. A bouncing head. I like The Invisible Man, and I'm excited about the new one coming out. It's supposed to be really scary too. The original Invisible Man, he didn't start off scary, but then he turned crazy. They also did a remake, and I do think the remake might have had that guy I just said.
Kevin
I
Bacon.
already forgot. Oh, it had Kevin Bacon. Yes.
Hollow Man.
Yes. Hollow Man. Yes. Good. I don't. You know what, Rob? Why don't you just take over? My brain is like Swiss cheese right now.
For people that listen to this, it might seem like it, but I haven't actually seen every single horror film ever.
Well, I am surprised that nothing has brought up Ghost Hunters yet.
Well,
Ghost Adventures. Which one is it? Ghost Adventures.
Yeah.
Wow, we've been in here for an hour and you haven't talked about Ghost Adventures. It's funny you should say that.
Because
they looked into Godzilla.
No, it's funny you should say that, because that film, the one with Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
What was it called again? I can't remember what it was
Hollow
called.
Man.
Hollow Man.
Hollow Man. We're
Hollow
sharing
Man.
a brain right now.
Well, they were going to try and cast Zach Baggins to play that part, but he couldn't do it because he was doing Ghost Adventures. So they went with Kevin Bacon. Just so you know, people out there, that stay informed, stay in school, well, can't say stay in school because they're all closed, but stay informed.
The more you know.
Oh, in Chase's case, the more you know, the more you can forget.
See, that's a problem. I know so many things that there's stuff being pushed out. like my area code, my zip code. I like my zip code. I'm all like, well, what's the zip code? Pretty soon I'm going to forget my social security number. I should say it out loud right now so I can come back and when I forget.
I wonder if that would have worked in school. When you got pulled to the front of the class to answer a question. If you said to the teacher, "Well, actually, I was going to answer this question, but I've got so much information in my head, I just can't remember."
My brain, some of it, that must have been what fell out of my ears. It's just pushing all this stuff out. I picture there's that movie. I know, you guys. I'm sorry. I feel bad for me too. I'm on a lot of antibiotics, and these antibiotics make my brain a little bit forgetful. There's the movie where they're in a cabin in the woods, and like one of them dies. They try to get out. The government is blocking off the whole area. No, it's not the cabin in the woods, Josh. That's my son. Anyway, the guy has a library in his brain. And it's the big tall one with the ladder that you can pull around. That's how I picture my brain. And what's it called?
Right.
Hold on, say it again. Dreamcatcher. Nice job, Joshua. Nice job. It's called Dreamcatcher. Anyway, and every once in a while, the guy who works in my library just tosses a whole section right out into the trash. He's like, your Your brother's name? We don't need that. Where you went to kindergarten? That's old news. Just throws it right out.
What has
That's what
this got to
happens
do
to
with the
me.
Invisible Man?
The point of the story is.
Hello?
No, I don't know anymore. I don't really know. I forgot.
Anyway, it's a
Whatever.
really, really good film. The Invisible Man. I recommend you try and watch it. Tracy's gone on a sabbatical. I don't know where.
You know what movie? It's not really an old timey movie, but it's kind of is. The Fly.
The Fly with Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, that was scary
Yeah.
and icky at the same time.
I think Jeff Goldblum's pretty scary on his own.
I think Jeff Goldblum is one of a kind. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
The world needs just one Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
He's an interesting guy. Anyway, let's see. This has gone on for an hour now.
Okay. Well, can I just mention my honourable mentions?
No. Yes.
Whatever tickles your fancy. I've lost my honourable mentions over here.
Oh. Can I mention a couple honorable mentions as well?
Yeah.
The Mist and the Fog.
Good films.
Not monsters. Well, The Mist has monsters, but those are scary because those are a thing you cannot see. And I just love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. You don't know what's around the corner. You can't see it. And all the stupid people that walk out of this in the mist. They walk out of the store and they walk into the mist. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Those are the people who are out. Oh, I'm gonna just reel myself in right now.
Right. Okay.
That's the first time I've ever done that.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm getting better. Reel yourself in. Go ahead. What's your honorable mentions?
Well, I've got The Mummy, 1952.
Oh, yeah. Well, my favorite mummy movie is Abbott and Costello Meets the Mummy.
I've not seen that.
Have you seen Abbott and Costello movies?
No. I know who they are, but I've not seen any of the movies.
You're missing out.
Used to like Laurel and Hardy.
Nope, don't like that.
Right.
I don't like slapstick humor.
Okay. Could I possibly finish my honourable mentions, please? Before you start interrupting me.
Well.
He's just snorted then, do you know that?
I did. Why did you have to pay attention to it?
Did everybody hear that? You know, make sure you mention that in the comments.
You just threw me under the bus.
Well,
Twice in a row.
I'm driving the bus. Don't worry about that.
You think so?
Island of Lost Souls, 1932.
I have no idea what that is.
What about one called The Cat People, 1942?
Nope, didn't see it.
The Cat People was very much like the werewolf film, but they turned into a cat, not a wolf.
Oh, cats, not dogs.
And the scariest film of all time for a 10-year-old boy.
I wouldn't know.
The Ghoul.
The girl?
Ghoul. Ghoul.
Ghoul. The Ghoul.
Dun, dun, dun.
What's the Ghoul about?
It's about this undead thing, like not a zombie as such, but Um, it was so traumatic, I blanked some of it out.
Oh, really? I wonder if you could have said that at school. I was going to answer, but it was so traumatic I blanked it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
You know, I know we're talking about remakes and stuff like that, but don't steal jokes.
You are in a mood.
Once it's all about timing, Trace. Obviously some of us have got it, some of us haven't got it.
Starting to feel bad about myself. Whatever. Did we talk about the Blob?
I don't need to be personal. Personal, okay.
Did we talk about the Blob?
Apparently not, no.
I like that movie too. What I thought was funny about that as a kid was that people were afraid of the Blob. Like, this thing is moving literally at the pace of a snail because it's a blob, and they're running from it, and it's still killing them. I mean, come on. I used to, that slime, slime.
Yes.
I used to when I was little, I used to pretend like slime was the blob. I'd chase my brother around the house. Didn't work. He's still around. Uncle Mike.
Uncle Mike. You've always got me, don't worry.
Thank you, Rob.
Anyway. Oh, I've got one left to do.
Okay.
The Phantom of the Opera, 1922.
Oh yeah. Do you want to know a secret?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Lon Chaney Sr.
Mm.
An amazing actor for his day, Lon Chaney, I think.
I've never seen it. Is it a good movie?
The Phantom of the Opera. Pardon? What was that?
That was lovely.
Yeah, just sitting and dance. I'm here all week.
You have no place else to go.
Yeah. Just been evicted, so.
Have you seen the movie?
I haven't seen the original. No, I haven't. I must admit, I haven't seen the original.
Have you seen any of them?
I've seen one of the old ones, but I did take my daughters to see Beauty and the Beast, which is pretty much the same thing.
That's true, I suppose.
Well, it is, yeah, isn't it? Really, Beauty and the Beast.
It's about bestiality.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Unless, the Beast is the Beast and the Phantom's got a face like a melted welly. So.
So wrong. Oh my god. Okay. I think we've covered most of them. Don't you think so?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I think we did a good job on this.
Yeah.
I mean, for what it is. For what we are.
And what is that?
Two lonely people. Got our house trapped.
Yep, we're on lockdown.
Yes,
we're
we are.
We're all the way down, locked.
All the way down.
Way on down.
Oh my god, okay. Okay then. The by the way, The Fly with what's his name? wasn't the original one. Do you know that? The original came
No,
out in 1958.
yeah, I think I might actually seen the original.
It was Vincent Price who played the fly scientist. Vincent Price, who was also in Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Yeah.
I liked him.
Well, we used to have, I mean, people in the UK of a certain age will remember the Hammer House of Horror, and they used to show horror films on a Saturday.
Hmm.
But Vincent Price, Peter Cushing,
Hmm.
um, the main two that used to be in them each week. But
Hmm.
then they were all pretty much the same cast
Hmm.
for each film.
Hmm.
But then they used to show films like The Phantom of the Opera and Dracula and Nosferatu and things like that. Or, I mean, you can get DVDs now which will have, say, 3 or 4 films on. Because these films,
Hmm.
these originals, weren't very long.
No, they weren't.
So you can get sort of three films on one disc, like
Hmm.
Nosferatu, Dracula, and Frankenstein.
Hmm.
You know, so it's really, um, yeah, it's worth if you're into films like that, then having a look on eBay or something like that and be able to pick something up.
Hmm.
Too many somethings in that sentence, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I mean,
You know what I mean.
well, thank you for doing this with me, Rob.
Anytime.
I appreciate it.
I know.
And so people know, Rob and I are going to have another podcast coming up soon. It's a fireside chat. It's Rob and I. We're going to sit around. We're going to talk about quarantine and lockdown and self-imposed imprisonment and how we're doing. We're going to ask you guys how you're doing. We're going to just check in as humans, friends, neighbors, and
Countryman.
well, yeah, and see if you guys what kinds of tricks you guys are using to help yourself through this, and how, if any way, it's going to change our lives for the rest of our lives. So we have that coming up, and I'm looking forward to that too. Just and then having a conversation.
Yeah. Various narcotics are being used to get through it, but
Better lives through pharmaceuticals. All right, Rob.
a fire
Would you
chat,
like?
a fireside chat with Mr. Crack.
Would you stop it? You're gonna get me take all my money away. I don't even get money. But what when I do, then I'm usually taking it away myself by using words like that. You mean that you meant the crack in the concrete.
Yeah, the rolls that grew from the crack in the concrete. Any Tupac fans out there will know that's one of Tupac's poems, "The Rolls That Grew from the Concrete," which has got absolutely nothing to do with monster movies, but you know,
No, but it is me. That's how I would describe me.
mm, what
Okay.
really, really beautiful, but really, really beautiful, but a bit rough.
Yes. A bit rough around the edges. All right.
Well,
Well,
we've been saying goodbye for about 15 minutes.
I, I know, but it's having human contact. I'm afraid to lose it now. Please like this video. Seriously, please. And if you're not subscribed, please do that. It's so simple. It's so free. And if you don't like it, you get your money back. And click that bell so you can be notified of my content when it goes live, because who would want to miss content like this? I don't even know. You'd have to be insane to want to miss this kind of content.
You don't get stuff like this on CNN or Fox News.
No, you do not. You don't. Good night.
Good night.